What is going on, guys? You already know who it is. It's your boy JohnnDomm, and today we're playing some domination on Nuketown. I'll be using the dual-wield HS-10 shotguns, which are quite possibly the worst primary weapon in Black Ops in my opinion. But it's all good. I still end up going 76 and 3, and I actually have one chopper gunner that I do not even get to use. So this could have easily been a 100 kill game. But it's alright, 76 and 3 is still pretty good with these shotguns. They are terrible. The range is just really short, just not a good primary weapon choice if you're going for a good score. But you guys can try them out if you want to try to have some fun with it. But anyway, I'm not really going to be talking too much about the gameplay in this video at all because I have a topic that I want to talk to you guys about, and that is embarrassment. Now, here's going to be an example of embarrassment. The whiff on the knife. But embarrassment, it's something that everyone in the world has to go through. You can't really avoid it. At one point or another in your life, you are going to be embarrassed. But I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of background about a type of tradition, I guess you could call it, that I had with one of probably my best friend at college. I met him this past year. His name is Alex. But it's kind of a tradition that we established. I really don't know how it started, but we thought it was funny to try to observe embarrassing things that happened around us, to other people or to ourselves for that matter, but just go through our days looking for embarrassing. Look at that. That's embarrassing for that guy right there. But just we would go through our days looking for embarrassing things that happened to other people. It sounds kind of weird, like we were just like watching other people all the time. But if we saw something that we thought would maybe unfold into an embarrassing thing, like we saw somebody, this is just an example, like you saw somebody running through campus like really fast, just keep watching them because maybe they'll trip and that'll be funny. That's just an example, but we thought it was cool to just try to find embarrassing things. And at the end of like every day when we were chilling in one of our rooms or whatever, we would just like talk about all the embarrassing things that we saw during the day, and we would get a really good laugh out of it. So that was just something that we did. And now I'm going to give you guys, one more thing before I go on to the examples that actually happened to me and one that I observed. But first, we actually established a scale of embarrassment. Now, at the bottom level, you just have something that's embarrassing, right? That's just your everyday thing, like you trip or you get called on class and you're not paying attention, something like that. That's embarrassing, right? But then above that, you have shame. Now, I don't really have an example off the top of my head, but I'm just showing you the scale. So the bottom level is embarrassing. Next up is shame, and then above that is never see daylight shame. Alex actually made that name up, and as the title suggests, it means that if something that's never see daylight shame happened to you, you would never want to show your face in public again. That's how bad it is. And I actually think we were working on a name for a level above that. But as of right now, we just have embarrassing, shame, and never see daylight shame. And whenever we observed an event or something happened to us, we would kind of classify it into one of those categories. And it's just something that we had fun with. It's kind of stupid. I know it might sound stupid to you guys, but it was funny at the time. And we'll probably continue it next year at college. But anyway, now I'm going to get on to some actual examples. One of them, hopefully I have time to go through both of these examples. One of them happened to me, and one was something that I observed at college. Okay, so I'm just going to start right off here with the example that happened to me. This is pretty embarrassing. This will probably fall under the shame category, maybe even never see daylight shame. Alright, so it was either a Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, I don't remember, but I had Calculus 2 first at 11 a.m. And if you don't know me, I run late for everything, no matter what it is. And 11 o'clock for my first class is not even early, but I was still running late this day. So anyway, I'm probably like 20-30 minutes late, like speed walking through campus. That's kind of embarrassing in itself. Speed walking through campus, trying to get to class before it gets too late and there's not even any point of going. So I get there, and I stroll into class. Whenever you guys know, whenever you like walk into a class late, people always look at you anyway, just because it's human nature. Somebody comes into class late and everybody looks to see who it is, so everybody looked at me when I came in, and I was like, oh, okay, I didn't really think anything of it because I come in class late all the time and people look at me anyway, so I'm like, alright, nothing new here. But then I start to see some people giggle a little bit, and kind of look around and smiling. And at this point, I started to get a little bit uneasy. I was like, oh my God, like, you know, did I forget to put pants on? Yeah, I was just thinking the worst at this point. I did not know what I did wrong, what was going on. So, you know, I get to my seat as quickly as I can, and people are still looking at me, laughing a little bit. Not like loud laughing, but just, you know, giggling, chuckling. The teacher was up at the board teaching, whatever. But everybody was still, like, kind of looking over at me. Sit down in my seat, and I decide that I look down because I that's just my first instinct, to look down. Something must be going on down there. I look down, and my fly on my jeans is completely down. My boxers are like hanging out through the little hole. At that point, I was like, oh my God, you know, like, there was nothing I could do at that point. Everybody was looking at me, laughing. I just put my head down, and I just went about taking notes. And to make matters even worse, my friend who sits behind me was like, "Hey John, your fly is down." And so at that point, everyone who didn't witness it when I came into class, at that point they knew, because my friend screamed it at the top of his lungs so that everybody would know. And that was pretty bad. I'm not going to lie, that was one of the most embarrassing things that has ever happened to me. That would probably be under the category of never see daylight shame, in my opinion. Because coming to class like the next day, I was kind of embarrassed to even walk into the class, and you know, it was bad. But anyway, that was one of the most embarrassing things that has happened to me. But I have, I guess, a couple minutes left here. I'm going to try to quickly get into an embarrassing moment that I observed. And this was also at college. I was going to like a seminar thing or something after class for extra credit for history, I believe. And, you know, it was a guest speaker or whatever, and I wasn't really paying attention. I was kind of just going just to get the extra credit. But he was up there talking about something. I don't even remember what he was talking about. But I was sitting next to this woman, like a grown woman, maybe like 40, 45 years old, because it was open to everyone. It was a big event, actually. I think he was like a pretty influential speaker or whatever. But anyway, this woman beside me, in the middle of like this serious lecture or whatever, she has like this bag of, I think it was a muffin inside of it, and she ate the muffin, and then she proceeded to rip the bag open and lick the crumbs out of the bag. And that was pretty embarrassing. But that's just an example. Anyway, guys, if you can, I would like you to leave a comment down below telling me the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to you, and I'll pick one or two and mention them in my next video and give you a shout out. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to leave that comment, and also please, guys, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Peace.